Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time where we go to Daily Mail website and look at the news. And it's Friday. So we just do the light and fluffy stuff then. Okay then. Top story. It's Christmas. Well, it will be in a month's time-ish. And you get big tubs of chocolates at Christmas. Quality Street. Yeah? Who remembers Quality Street? Well, there's a new thing happening. Right, there's a Twitter, X account called Inequality Street, and they're beginning to audit. Oh God, tins of Quality Street or boxes of Quality Street. I don't know, tubs of all. What does it come in now? Do you remember it used to be in a tin? Do you remember the eco-friendly tin which you could tap and bang, and then it went all plastic? It needs to go back to tins. Well, anyway, they've been counting Quality Street. Stephen Hull from London. He's the master brain behind all of this, and yeah, this is what's been going on. They've been that's it. This is where we're at. This is real. See, this person's actually been taking it a lot more seriously and working out the percentages of the chocolates inside the box, and also worked out how much it is per item, which I think is interesting. That I find interesting. But again, as a diabetic, I don't. Again, the quality. Roses. Roses were all right. I tend to like the toffees. I'm more of a toffee kind of guy, and you know. But yeah, they were bemoaning the lack of green triangles. What can you say? So yeah, are you counting your chocolates? That's where we're at. Counting chocolates. Hooray! That's my top story. Ooh, there's got to be better things here. Oh, well, here we go. Good news, everybody. Britain now drinks more wine than beer. Apparently, yeah. Drinking habits have changed, right? And wine consumption have seen it soar 11-fold since the 1960s. With Brits guzzling an average 37 bottles a year. I want to know who's drinking my share, because it ain't me. And beer intake has plummeted, with them only drinking 124 pints annually. Again, I want to know who's drinking my share. And there is an infogram, so you can process the information a lot easier if you have trouble with your brain area. So there you go. Wine is popular. Yeah. Good news, everybody. NatWest ISA savings, right? Nearly £1 million has gone missing, right? This is a new report that's come out. So if you've got your money in NatWest ISAs, you might be a little bit, your arsehole might be making buttons, as they say. Yeah, they've done an investigation, and they revealed how NatWest took more than 2 months to transfer a customer's £20,000, I guess, out their ISA, right, leaving their money in limbo and losing out on interest too. You know, so it was supposed to be earning a rate of 5.9%, but it mysteriously disappeared. And since they revealed this last week, a dozen cases have come to light with customers missing six-figure sums at the worst, suggesting the bank is just out of its depth. The total value of missing ISA transfer money, which was reported by 15 of Daily Mail readers, totaled nearly £1 million, £941,887.84. And they've asked NatWest to look into the cases. One customer, David Mackay, had £170,000 go missing for 4 months between now and when he opened the account ISA back in July. It's not good. Again, this is the thing. You do that. ISAs are for like a high interest accounts that you leave your money in for long periods of time. And there are certain restrictions on. But yeah, he's losing out on all this money. And there's many cases of that. Is there any response? Let me have a look. Is there any response? Almost all the cases reported relate to NatWest's 2-year fixed rate ISA, which topped the Best Buy tables for most of the summer. But it proved more popular than NatWest anticipated. The bank quickly became overwhelmed by a flood of demand. Not good enough, especially in this age of computers and computerized banking. I really don't think that's a good enough excuse. And customers have been told by NatWest that they're working through a backlog of application, and hence the delay. No, not good enough. Very, very poor. So yeah, don't bank with NatWest. Remember, keep your money in a sock under the bed where I can find it. All right, for when I break in. Good news, everybody. I don't know what to call this. Political news. This is the story of Dr. Ibrahim Hyatt. Right, and here he is, and he's a GP. There you go, GP. And he was up before the General Medical Council after a fitness to practice hearing. Yes. And the tribunal found that Hyatt conducted a sexually motivated intimate examination in 2015, touching a patient inappropriately and asking her, "Did that excite you? Because you were ever so very, very wet below." What a perv. The panel concluded there was no clinical reason for the repeated deep digital examination. Oh, Jesus, too much. The surgery where the misconduct happened has not been named. After the incident, Dr. Hyatt was allowed to continue in his role as locum for Anurim Bevin University Health Board, subject to agreed restrictions. No fingering the patients, Mr. Hyatt. No fingering. I mean, he does like a big steaming slice of finger pie, doesn't he? The tribunal heard that Dr. Hyatt had been working for Bryn Mawr Surgery since October 2021, and no issues have been raised with his clinical practice there. The doctor, who's this is the kicker, a Newport Labour councillor between 2007 and 2022, described the panels as wrong and unfair. Of course he did. I was going to say he got caught with his fingers in the till, but that kind of feels a little bit inappropriate, doesn't it? But following the incident, he was still allowed to represent Labour as a councillor. Exactly. It's good, isn't it? Labour didn't mind. They didn't mind. He said he couldn't remember exactly when he made the party aware of the allegations, but it was in the years before 2022. So it's good. And then he stood for Labour candidate again in 2022 and lost. So, but before that, he was all right. But yeah, the council branded Hyatt's conduct deplorable. Now remember, he'd been accused of this for some while, and the Labour Party still allowed him to be councillor. Nice that. Its representative said the patient was vulnerable. While having an intimate examination, the doctor took advantage of her to engage in sexually motivated behaviour, and then attempted to blacken her name. The patient said in a statement, "I feel like I don't want to see male doctors. I haven't since. When I go to doctors, I've waited until I can see a lady doctor. Whereas in the past, I wouldn't have bothered." Oh, yeah, but is it the right kind of lady doctor? Because if you get one of those lady doctors with a penis and you object because you've been sexually assaulted by a male doctor, they're going to call you a bigot, because that's the world we live in now. And now you can see why women object, to men treating them. Do you see? It's just common sense. But we can judge him. I ought to go there. Dirty old bastard. Yes, Hyatt is a dirty old bastard, and if you see him coming, do not let him finger you. Unless you want him to. But, probably not a good idea. But yeah, dirty bastard. What else have we got? Can't cover that. Here we go. Now, I always joke that I'm looking forward to being put in a care home. Sooner the better. The quicker. Every time we walk past the care home round here, I say, "Oh, look, they're playing bridge. They've got a pool table in there, so we can see in." We walk the dog, we can see into their rec room. And I'm saying, yeah, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to play cards for money and take advantage of them. Right? They've got a pool table. But here we go. We're going to what they reckon this is the most luxurious care home there is. Where is it? This is the latest in retirement living. It's a set of apartments in Kensington and Fulham, and it's designed for wealthy over 65s. Oh, well, that's me out of the question then, isn't it? Ah, bollocks. I'm going to go to one of those bent care homes where they abuse the bloody residents. And yeah, it's got a pool. I like the look of that. It's got its own cinema room. Oh, yes, please. A library. Wow, look at that. I got my new reading glasses. I'm ready to go. New reading glasses, cup of tea, cup of coffee, and a good book. That's my life. Look at that. It's got an Italian restaurant, so you can pick up a rich old lady if you so wish, and a bar. That looks like it's like from The Shining, that one. I don't know. And yeah, and this is one of the kitchens in the luxury flats. I mean, it does look rather swish, I must admit. And that's a social area to help comfort the lonely and bereaved. Just give me another drink. I'll soon forget her. No, I'm joking. I'll never be able to forget you or your snoring, for that matter. But it's the music of the night, as I call it. I'm in so much trouble. And yeah, so I look forward to getting old, but it's a shame I'm not rich enough to be a part of it. So there you go. A luxurious care home there for you. So there we go. What else have we got? Can't do that one. Can't do that one. Black Friday. Awesome. There's some miserable stories on it, but we'll cover this one. HMV is back on Oxford Street after 4 years away. And look, here's some morons queuing up to go inside. So I've got a bit of a beef with HMV. They've got the name wrong for a start. It should be called "We Saw You Coming." Right? Have you seen their prices? Anyway? So yeah, people were just so happy. They were positively cock a hoop at giving HMV all their cash for overpriced took. But again, some of us miss the glory days of Oxford Street. I mean, yeah, it really was a big. That's funny. Madness were there, and I've done a review of that this very morn, and it's currently rendering at the moment, so it's processing. But there's Madness. Keeps them off the streets, I suppose. Stops them from busking around Camden for change so they can get a hot cup of coffee. But yeah, and here's Nipper. Here he is. Doug Putnam, he owns HMV. Here's Nipper, but that's not the original Nipper. That's a stand-in for Nipper. That's his dog Holly, apparently. A dog called Holly. I don't know if it's his dog or a stunt dog. I don't know. But yeah, HMV, very expensive. Very expensive. Have you seen the price of their vinyl? I mean, 60 quid for like a Blur album. But there you go. So yeah, it's come back again. But some of us remember the glory days when there was HMV and Our Price and Tower Records and Virgin and that. And now you go into HMV, they pick you up by ankles and shake you until the money falls out. It's true. Meanwhile, We've got shoplifting. Shoplifting here, look. Look at that, it's taking the whole TV off the wall. Look at that. That's pretty impressive. Wish I could do that. Yeah, basically, it's really bad. Oh no. Oh Jesus. Sorry, I was going to do that story, but now I've just seen the one below. I'm just jumping to it because this one's better. Rise of the DIY fecal transplants. Oh yeah. I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you suffer from like stomach issues, the NHS have got this system now where they can indulge you with fecal microbiota transplants, or FMT. It's a treatment that helps you, well, it cures a raft of stomach conditions, right? And what that is, basically it's a shit transplant. Not that it's a transplant that's gone wrong. It's literally a shit transplant. They take shit or feces from a healthy person, which is treated in a lab, and then it's inserted into patients, right? It's already available on the NHS, and but then of course the internet gets involved. So there's a shadow. It's the shadow of my microphone. Oh, there you go. That's better. Of course, the internet gets involved, and social media users are now performing the treatment themselves, using the feces of friends and family to fill syringes or create pills, which they then transfer to their own intestines. And this is a TikTok video with someone called Tanya Siri Phone. And she unboxes shit. So yeah, a fecal donation. These people are not in this world. They're... Sorry, I'm just gobsmacked that people are doing this. And here is some samples, look, that they're preparing at home in the kitchen sink. Now, what these are, they often use these. They prepare the feces and then insert it rectally. You know, using a home. Well, I guess it's a homemade douche. They squirt it up your arse. I mean, in the NHS, they actually have it in pill form. It's like dried. It's all treated. It's not like that where they're actually liquefying poop, other people's shit, and it's. I mean. Sorry, it's just stupid. It's just stupid. When NHS do it, they freeze dry and prepare it and capture with all the microbiotics from that other person's doovers. That you don't do this. Look, and he's an idiot. Look at him. Never trust a bald man. I keep warning you. Never trust a bald man. Never. Home DIY shit transplants. There you go. I think we've certainly got to the bottom of that one. Oh dear. Here we go. That's just an animal story, but I'm just gonna put that to one side. This is what something for the dads. Something for the dads, and I think we're all gonna rub our hands on our trousers at this, right? Dolly Parton singing during the halftime of the Cowboys Commanders game in Dallas to celebrate Thanksgiving. Right, she turned up and performed like this. She's 77. Fantastic. Oh dear. As she used to say, it takes a lot of money to look this trashy. But there she goes, still doing it. I mean, 77. And yeah, it was a big Thanksgiving match with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, who are famed. And she dressed like a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And here goes another bit with her performing at the game. Fantastic. Something for the dads there. What else have we got? Meanwhile, have you got a Christmas jumper? Have you got? I haven't. I've just got this jumper, which I've owned for about 30 years. As you can see, it's still. But why get rid of it until it falls off of my? I want to be buried in this. Just this, nothing else. Completely naked, apart from this jumper. So when they do dig up my corpse, they'll be surprised and confused and slightly aroused. But anyway, if you're looking for a Christmas jumper and you don't want to spend money, Lidl are renting out jumpers. Yes, they've started a jumper rental service. File this under what the why? It's part of Save the Children's Christmas Jumper Day appeal, and yeah, you're going to be able to rent jumpers. Here you go, and they've got some models here. Of course, you will not look as good as these models in the jumper. I nearly pressed the wrong button there. Stupid trackpad, but yeah, you can rent one of Lidl's festive jumpers with the proceeds going to the NSPCC. Okay, how much does it cost? Does it say? You can buy the jumpers for $7.99 apparently, so why bother renting them? But the rental versions can be obtained through the peer-to-peer fashion rental app by rotation. This is new to me. So yeah, you can rent a jumper. But one thing you wouldn't want to do, right, is rent underpants. No. But but this is a terrible segue. You wouldn't want to rent underpants, but you might want to buy Ed Sheeran's underpants. No? Anyway, he's selling his old clothes to raise money for charity. He's donated 445 items of his warm clothing, including his underwear and a monkey onesie, to a charity shop in his hometown, who are now selling the garments on eBay. There you go. The people have been warned not to wear them due to visible white stains. Can you clone him for that? But you too can own an Ed Sheeran monkey onesie. But I don't know if you're allowed. Are you allowed to wear that one? I'm not sure. But yeah, with the underpants, you want to be careful, because you might find some ginger hairs in there, and yeah, and they're not from his pet cats, I imagine. Not from his pet cats. I mean, it's admirable what he's doing, but you think he'd have washed them first. Yeah, these Calvin Klein briefs are currently at £41, and they've been warned should be kept as memorabilia only, not to be worn, collectible item only. What the fuck? You'd think they'd wash them. So there you go. Ed Sheeran's pants, from him to you. I mean, really, for the ultimate fan, isn't it? It really is. It's really for the ultimate fan. Meanwhile, apparently, there have been cosmic rays hitting the planet. Cosmic rays sent from a mysterious invisible corridor. Yes. Right. And it struck Utah. Right. Scientists using a telescope array in Utah, they tracked the ultra-energy cosmic rays direction, but they're not sure where it came from. It was detected by the telescope system in Utah in May 2021, and the scientists described it as unprecedented in modern times. It carried the energy of 240 quintillion electron volts. That's 240 billion, followed by 18 zeros. But for comparison, a typical lightning bolt is 300 million volts. Okay. So wow. They've named the cosmic ray Amaterasu. They've named it that after the sun goddess in Japanese mythology, and here's kind of an artist's representation of what it would have looked like if it was visible. I guess it was invisible. Professor Toshiro Fuji of Osaka Metropolitan University in Japan, who observed it, he said, when I first discovered this ultra energy cosmic ray, I thought it must have been a mistake, as it showed energy level unprecedented in the last 3 decades. No promising astronomical object matching the direction from which this cosmic ray arrived has been identified, suggesting possibly an unknown astronomical phenomena, a novel physical origins beyond the standard model. Ooh. But yeah, it's a very powerful beam of light, and the study appeared in the journal Science. So there you go. If you know where the corridor of energy came from, leave a comment in the comment box below. Meanwhile, do you like going to the arcade? Oh, we do. And you have all the tickets. You remember you got all the kid tickets, didn't you, missus? Yeah. But for one schoolgirl, she's been left traumatised, for she was bending down to pick up a receipt at the 10-pin, a bowling alley in Coventry, West Midlands in October, when her hair got sucked into the ticket slot. Yeah, and it ripped out a patch of her hair. Here it is. So yeah, she'd been traumatised by the freak accident, and afterwards the venue offered them 1,000 tickets and a slashier's compensation. But as you can see here, it's that's a pretty. They need to even out. They need to like pull out some on the other side to make it look even, don't they? It should be symmetrical. But here she is with her mum, looking a bit happier. So yeah, don't let your hair get caught in the machines, guys. But then I don't have that problem. Who'd have thought, eh? A 10-pin spokesman said, 10-pin recognises our responsibilities to ensure a safe environment for our customers while creating a place to have fun. The machine in question was inspected, no faults were identified, and was fully compliant with the manufacturer's specification. We offered a range of complimentary experiences for the family to return and enjoy, which were declined. 1,000 tickets and a squishy. There you go. Seems fair. Alright then. Alright. How about adverts that haven't aged well? Right. This is from Bored Panda. They've stole it. I'm stealing it. We're all stealing it. Who fancies a nice smoke of Marlborough? They started them young back in the old days. This is from the 50s. So get them while they're young. You're going to have to deal with anger. Okay. That's a vandalised poster back in the day by feminists. Chubby girl sizes, anyone? I mean, compared to kids today, she's svelte, isn't she? You've seen that. You've seen all the fat kids today. Yeah. Sugar advert. Feel you full of energy. Oh dear. Serax, which is a antidepressant. If you want your wife to behave herself, get her on this. Oh dear. The Flintstones, sponsored by Winston Cigarettes and Alka-Seltzer. Why not? Sugar crinkles, anyone? Yeah, it's the nightmare, isn't it? Nightmare of the clown nightmares. Yeah. You're gorgeous since you've gained weight, because everybody loves a chubby bird. They try a bit harder, don't they? They try a bit harder. So there you go. Some unsuitable advertising. There you go. What time have I done enough? I feel like I've done enough. Here's an interesting one. This is a portrait from the Jacobean times, 17th century, right? 17th century of Diana Cecil. And conservators at English Heritage have discovered that they'd taken some liberties. Cecil was one of the great beauties of the early 17th century, was the great-granddaughter of William Cecil, one of Queen Elizabeth's closest advisors. And they've looked at the painting and they realised that they've overpainted it and modified her appearance. And I reckon she was 31 when the portrait was painted. But they modified her face. They kind of gave her fuller lips and changed her hairstyle. So I'm just trying to get it lined up because you've got one of those slidey things. So here she is, and then they removed the grime to reveal what she was like inside. See, I made her lips a bit fuller and added more hair, more curls to her head. So there you go. They obviously done it at a later date, and her hair and lips were modified by a mystery restorer. And here is one of the conservators working on the painting. Again, I find this stuff fascinating. There's a guy on YouTube called Baumgartner who does amazing videos, and he does all this stuff, and it's just absolutely fascinating to watch. Because art, you think a painting's a painting, but no, they go back, and as the fashions changed, they'd modify the portraits. But yeah, she went on to marry Lord Thomas Bruce, who became the first Earl of Elgin. There you go. There you go. So she was given like a facelift. Meanwhile, I'd like to be the judge in this. There's a High Court case on at the moment. There's a trademark dispute between Thatchers, who produce cider, and German discounter Audi. And Thatchers are suing Audi for infringing its trademark of its cloudy lemon cider because they reckon its Taurus brand is a copycat of its Thatchers gold picture, but I haven't got a picture of that. So yeah, this is the Thatchers brand. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of Audi's Taurus. Audi Taurus cloudy lemon cider. And we've got, here we go. Well, again, I don't know if that's. I don't know if that is that. I can't see the problem myself, but there's a court case going on. It accuses Audi of gaining unfair advantage by copying products such as released in February 2020 in both taste and appearance. So we're actually talking about the taste of the product. Oh, this is interesting. Normally, it's the look, what they call passing off, and you have a similar packaging or a similar name to a product, but this is actually, they reckon it's actually based on the taste. And Judge Melissa Clark, who is overseeing the court case, was invited by Thatcher's barrister in his written arguments to conduct a taste test of rival products, and he said, "We suggest that a test should be conducted as a blind test so the court is not swayed by any description provided by either party." I'd like to be the judge. Just one more. I wasn't all too sure. Could I have the second one again, please? So yeah, that's interesting. I mean, the packaging is different, but the taste. But yeah, the trial continues with a ruling expected at a later date. It comes after Audi lost a court case with Marks and Spencer's after copying its light-up Christmas gin bottles, right? But they ruled in February that Audi infringed the design. That was in February. But last year they reached a settlement with Marks and Spencer's after copying the legendary caterpillar cake. You remember, Colin the caterpillar? So there you go. Audi, you be careful of them. They're like the kid at school that copies your own work, aren't they? So, but mind you, now I really fancy a glass of cider. It's terrible, isn't it? What else have we got? What else have we got? Any fun stories? No, but we've got a nice story. We'll do a nice story, then we do a horrible story, then we do an animal story. Yeah. So, Kenya Tay and her 3-year-old son, right, was changing carriages on the first leg of their journey from Oakham in the East Midlands to Bristol Temple Meads on Monday. And when they got to Birmingham New Street to change trains, they realised that his toy monkey had gone missing. Yeah, Miss Tay and her distraught son went to the station's reception to report the lost monkey. Customer service assistants Leon Allen and Vinnie Murphy arranged for a search to take place, and they managed to find the missing monkey on the train that terminated at Edinburgh Waverley. And here is they found it, and what they did is they returned. This is the staff that got the monkey back, and they returned the monkey with a little British Rail Christmas jumper. There you go. Ah, so he got his monkey back. I like that. It's a good one, isn't it? Meanwhile, we go from monkeys to snakes. We're going to India, to the Odisha Ganjam district and the village of Adigan. Okay. A 25-year-old husband, identified as K. Ganesh Patra, wasn't getting on with his missus. Right? They married in 2020 and had a daughter. Right? But they're not getting on. So what did he do? Did he go to marriage counselling? That would have been a good thing. Maybe I don't know. He took some time away. You know, they spent some time. Then maybe they went out. They spent some time together. Get to know each other. Maybe they did that. No. You know what he did? He bought a cobra. There you go. And it's something that sounds like it'd be from a James Bond movie. Right? He bought this cobra from a snake charmer, saying he was going to use it for religious purposes, and he released a snake from its jar into the room where his wife and daughter slept, and they were both found dead with snake bites the next morning, while he claimed to have slept in the other room. So he was saying, "Oh, it weren't me, Gov, the snake. It was a snake what done it." And he told his neighbours that a snake had entered the house and bitten his wife and child. The villagers then killed the snake and rushed the mother and daughter to a nearby hospital where they were declared dead. Right? But suspicion began to grow, and the police decided to question the snake charmers in the area, like you do. Don't get that in Taggart. There's been a murder, you know. What should we do? Interview all the snake charmers. So yeah, he initially denied the accusations, but then admitted his crime under interrogation, or they interrogated him good. And yeah, the police said during interrogation he initially denied the allegation, but later claimed that the snake might have entered the room, but eventually committed to his crime. And here he is. He's a sneaky, snaky, snake charming murderer. I mean, crikey, what a shit! What a total shit. Anyway, let's end on a good one. Let's go to Italy. Right, we're going to Rome, and we're visiting a restaurant called Fiotto. The lighting there is soft. You've got lounge music playing, and you've got attentive staff showing the customers to their seats. For it is, are you ready for this? It's the city's first dog restaurant. Oh yeah, they're chowing down on some good Italian chow. But luckily the owners get to eat too. So it's for dog owners and their pets, or dogs and their pets, if you know what I mean. So there you go, we can see all the little doggies having there, and someone's getting a selfie. And he's thinking, sausages. He just wants sausages. But he's got a bone-shaped dessert there. That's Pepe. Pepe the dog getting his bone-shaped dessert. And he's had a good time. And now they are preparing the dog food. This is high class. Nosh. Oh, he's waiting to go in. And I've got a little dog biscuit on the top there. But not serving many wine, I guess. No. It's a high dining restaurant. There you go. So yeah, there you go. Dog gets to go to the restaurant. And that it will do for today. Is anybody in? There's 6 people in. No, no one's watching it. Andrew says, "I don't. I'm in." Black Friday cheap records? No. I can't remember what I got for Black Friday. Oh, I got some headphones. That was it. And that was last week. I did that last week. No, there's no dog cam. Oh no, oh, she's in here. She was so quiet I didn't realise she was in here. Wait a minute. There we go. There we go. I call that dog with remote controls. And there you go. I didn't realise she was here. I thought she was outside. Payne's in, so good afternoon. And everyone's waving to each other. There we go. So that's Friday done. That's another week of coffee time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good weekend. Killing the channel one video at a time. And you know, you've got to drink out. Ta-ta.